You're listening to Liberty Lampoon, episode number 8, with your hosts, Aaron and Michael. It's Liberty Lampoon.
Liberty Lampoon.
Where we lambaste politicians, public figures, policies, and print, all from a libertarian perspective. Coming up, we've got the U.S. war propaganda, violent police officer Mike Denton. Denton or Denton? I don't really care to say his name right, you know. It's Mike Denton.
I think it's Dickton.
Dickton. Mike Dickton. What a piece of shit. He is such a piece of shit. You guys can't wait to, you can't wait to hear all the shit we got to say about that piece of shit. By the way, viewer discretion is advised. Anyways, Bernie Sanders is our grand phallus of the week. Hey, so just real quick in opening, I just wanted to, I feel like it's important. You've said some things to me, Michael, and I feel like it's really important for us to get this out there. My name is Aaron. Okay, I'm Aaron. I love doing this podcast. I am a libertarian. What's your name, Michael? Tell everybody a little bit about yourself. Yes.
My name is Michael. I'm an alcoholic, and I am a libertarian, but I'm registered Republican. So,
well, libertarian is in our hearts. You know what I mean? It's you don't have to necessarily. It's not party politics when it comes to libertarianism. Now, is it? Who is like one of the most famous libertarians out there? Who, Ron Paul. He's not. Yeah, he's not registered.
I'd say we're. Well, I don't know about you, but because I'm still registered Republican, I'd say I'm libertarian in heart and Republican in dick. So,
you're claiming that you have a small penis then? Okay, let's go ahead and jump into the first topic.
My hands are a good size.
Yeah. Okay. So our first
everything works just fine.
Speaking of that, we're going to talk about Donald Trump and his recent media debacle, firestorm, whatever. And we're also going to talk about Hillary Clinton. So Hillary Clinton had some emails released about her, some Wiki Leaks stuff. But we also got some Donald Trump stuff, and that's the stuff that's been really taking over the media. Ironically enough, the Donald Trump stuff was released, 2 hours after they released the WikiLeaks released the emails.
Hillary's stuff?
Yeah.
Convenient.
Huh. That's weird, right?
Convenient.
Huh. That's really weird. So, anyways, once again, viewer, listener discretion advised. So, Donald Trump said that he can just walk up to chicks and grab them by the pussy. So,
God, I hate that word.
Yeah. It's rough to say, and I really didn't want to say it on the show, but I'm quoting him. I'm quoting your presidential candidate, Republicans. You chose him. So that's your problem,
Man, this is probably going to degrade his moral standing. Oh, wait. He didn't have any.
Yeah.
So, we're good.
I thought it was important to note that whenever he said
Off your hands.
Whenever he said this, he was actually a Democrat. You know what I mean? Technically, he was a Democrat back then. So, no need to get too tied up. You picked this guy.
Him and Bill were bros then.
Yeah. Did you hear his apology for this? It was pretty.
Yes,
it was a little weak, right? It was like, I'm sorry that I got caught. Okay, Bill Clinton has said way worse things. There's no excuse for me to say that, but I'm just saying Bill Clinton has said way worse things.
Your Donald Trump impression is on point.
It is?
No, it's fucking horrible.
Yeah. Well, so is my Al Sharpton bit, but nobody's saying shit about that. But
yeah,
I don't know. There's something about that. We kind of talked about this a little bit. But what the hell did you guys expect? When you picked him, you know what I mean? I think that is the biggest thing. We said that his moral compass wasn't exactly on point with evangelical Christians to begin with, but somehow they picked him thinking he was going to be their standard bearer. He's been this way the entire time. Yep. So it's your ignorance.
I like how all these dudes who came out in support of Trump were like, yeah, he's the nominee. We're going to support him, blah, 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 blah. They make him out to be something he's not. And then when it really hits home that he's really not what they wanted him to be, then they're all like shocked and appalled and pulling.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I cannot support such a man. I can't believe that he even said these things, even though he's called all these people rapists and murderers and he's objectified women and I already knew about it. Good God. I can't believe he said this 10 years ago.
Too late, people.
Stupid fucking assholes. And this is not, don't even think about it. There has been a couple instances where I've gotten a few messages or something, people saying that they think that we're tepidly endorsing Trump by some of our rhetoric. By no means are we endorsing Trump. I mean, at all. Yeah, not even close. It's just that I'm talking about in the realm of politics. These people chose this guy, and then they're confused by how he was already acting to begin with. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and no, and I don't want this to be misconstrued as support for Trump, but no matter what Donald Trump says, it can't be any worse than what the she-devil has actually done.
Right. Right.
So, Donald Trump can pretty much say whatever he wants, and Hillary can say, the opposite, but she has done some pretty killer things.
Literally, there are bodies. Yeah. So, but we don't want to get droned, but we will talk about it.
You know what Hillary's favorite song is?
What's that?
Here Comes the Boom by POD.
Yeah, but it's suicide. It's suicide. 2 booms in the back of the head as suicide, right? So,
yeah, or from a drone.
And then as far as Hillary goes, the shit that happened with Hillary, really it got overshadowed by the whole Donald Trump thing, which I think is just insane. But it's because
overshadowed via the media,
right? Well, but it's because people aren't analytical anymore. People don't.
They don't want to
go. Yeah, they don't want to go out there and read emails. They'd much rather just watch a video of Donald Trump saying "pussy" repeatedly.
Yeah, and the media's out there just tagging people's dicks, and because it feels good, people don't question it.
Right.
And,
there was a lot of stuff. I don't know. There was some emails talking about how she was gonna do gun control via executive order, which is stuff that's already been talked about. There was some other stuff where apparently Clinton was hoping it was part of her campaign to try and make sure that Donald Trump was the one who got chosen. The reason being that she knew that she could use him to split the American people, divide and conquer. Literally, the email was talking about how it would be easier to divide and conquer. And whenever you divide things, it makes it easier for her to step in and win. Because, and I mean, that's what's happening. You can look at at the Republican Party right now, and it's totally divided. What she has chosen is, I mean, legitimately what is in those emails. What has happened is legitimately what's in those emails. And those are just a couple of things, but there was also stuff like some of her excerpts of her speaking to the big banks, to Wall Street donors and stuff, for those exorbitant speaking fees, the ones that, freaking Bernie Sanders wanted to see the transcripts for. Yeah, some of those are out in the open now, and she's totally deep in bed with those pieces of crap.
And Bernie Sanders still supports Secretary Clinton because she is our nominee.
Right. Okay, so here's an excerpt from something else that I saw. As these internal documents demonstrate, a central component of the Clinton campaign strategy is ensuring that journalists they believe favorable to the Clintons are tasked to report the stories which the campaign wants to circulate. At times, Clinton's campaign staff not only internally drafted the stories they wanted published, but even specified what should be quoted on background and what should be described as on the record. So, I mean, that's straight up proof.
You wonder why Hillary Clinton hadn't done a press conference in so long.
Yeah, man. It's just look, we've said this before and we'll say it again. This election cycle is totally the American people being screwed. And I've been getting into these conversations with people constantly where I say things like, what is the purpose? What is the purpose of voting this season? I don't know what the purpose is. No, what is the purpose of even voting this election? I mean, unless you're voting third party, your vote literally means jack shit because you're choosing between two people who are literally the devil. I mean, that's the way I view them. I mean, you're going to get more war, you're going to get bad economic policies, and you're going to get, I mean, your buying power is going to be decreased no matter what you do.
And to vote Hillary because you hate Trump, or to vote Trump because you hate Hillary, oh my God.
It's ridiculous. It's so ineffective.
That literally makes your vote worth shit. That right there, I think.
Right. And I've said this for a while that, there are certain libertarians out there who believe that oh my God, it's the end of the world if blah 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 gets elected, or I mean, not just libertarians, everybody. It's the end of the world if blah 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 gets elected. It's not the end of the world. The world will continue.
But just shittily, more shitty than it would have.
Whoever gets elected, though, there's this. People say like, "Oh my God, look at Obama. The debt tripled under him, or doubled, or whatever." But what they don't understand is that whoever the next president is, that's going to happen. The debt will triple again. Like the debt will do the exact same thing that happened during Obama's campaign, because that's the way that it's set up, dude. Like it is set up to keep doubling because it has interest on it. You literally have to cut the deficit down to zero and pay stuff off in order for the debt to not double, and that's not going to happen. So the fact of the matter is that things are going to pretty much stay exactly the same. Yeah, they might try to come after your guns. Are you going to give up your guns? No, you're not going to. Okay? You're not going to. Illicit markets will pop up. No matter what they try to make illegal, things will pretty much continue the way that they are. So it's just going to be more of the same pretty much. Your freedoms are going to be regulated, and, you're going to have a bigoted person in the office, no matter who wins pretty much.
Yep.
I mean, other than maybe Gary Johnson. I don't think he's bigoted, but I mean, are you going to vote for him?
At least with, I mean, if Donald Trump wins, at least his bigotry is out in the open. Hillary's, I mean,
yeah, she hides it behind, insane policies.
A Klan
and
mask.
Bombs. Oh, I forgot about the Klan mask.
Yeah,
Klan mask
from
or
Arkansas.
clown mask?
Klan
Yeah, that's
mask.
true.
Well, could be a clown mask too.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. I mean, it can't be. Well, I would guess. I guess Hillary has to be the Klan mask because Donald's the clown mask. So.
Yeah, it is also important to remember that Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton are probably both pedophile rapists, allegedly. So I just wanted to throw that out there. Whenever you get all upset about Donald Trump's comments, just remember one of them protected rapists. So literal.
Got them
rapists.
off the hook. Got them off the hook.
Yeah, child rapists.
Whatevs.
She's a piece of shit. We'll leave it at that. On to the interludes.
Hey, welcome to Authoritarian or Not Authoritarian with your host, Aaron Thompson.
That's right, it's me, Aaron Thompson, and this is the show where we ask your favorite politician a question, and then however they answer determines whether or not they are in fact an authoritarian. So the question this week goes to all three of the major presidential candidates. What's your thoughts on taxation? Hillary Clinton, go.
I think our progressive tax system was one of the real accomplishments of the United States.
Oh, sorry, Hillary, that is incorrect. Next up, Donald. What is your opinion on taxation?
For the wealthy, I think, frankly, it's going to go up. And you know what? It really should go up.
Oh, that is incorrect. Sorry, Donald. Better luck next time. And finally, the wild card. The libertarian candidate. Maybe he can get this right. Gary Johnson, what are your thoughts on taxation?
Well, there's an actual proposal out there. It's called the fair tax.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's also incorrect. Wow, looks like there are no non-authoritarians running for president this year. The correct answer was taxation is theft, dipshits. Well, that's a shame. See us next time on Authoritarian or Not Authoritarian. All right, we're back. So this is probably one of the more important topics that we'll ever discuss on Liberty Lampoon, in my opinion, because it's a pretty big deal.
And it really just shows how the government really bamboozles the general public.
Right.
I think. It's just...
So this story is entitled U.S. paid PR firm U.S. paid PR firm $540 million to make fake Al-Qaeda. Is that how you say it? Qaeda or Qaeda?
Al-Qaeda?
Qaeda?
Al-Qaeda?
Patata videos in Iraq propaganda program. So an explosive new report reveals how the U.S. government paid a British public relations company linked to the right-wing politics and repressive regimes more than $500 million from American taxpayers to spearhead a top-secret propaganda campaign in Iraq. Bell Pottinger, a London-based PR firm, created fake videos that appeared to be the work of Al-Qaeda, the Islamist extremist group formerly headed by Osama bin Laden. It also created news stories that looked as though they were produced by Arab media outlets and distributed them through Middle Eastern news networks. The company worked in Camp Victory, the U.S. military base in Baghdad, side by side with high-ranking U.S. military officials. What's so funny?
Oh, this is so fucked up. Keep going.
The propaganda videos were personally approved by General David Petraeus, then the commander of U.S.-led coalition forces in Iraq, who would go on to become the director of the CIA. On some occasions, even the White House signed off on the propaganda materials. These findings are the result of a major investigation by the Bureau of Investigative Journalism, a British watchdog organization that is also known for its extensive reporting on the covert U.S. drone wars in Pakistan, Yemen, and Somalia. The Bureau of Investigative Journalism jointly published its findings in the Sunday Times of London and the Daily Beast. Oh, man. So,
wow.
That first half is already insane. I mean, to say that it gets worse is an understatement, but I just want to point out how messed up that is. Because that is literally the government paying this PR firm to convince the people that it stole money from to pay for this, to support this war. You know what I mean?
So, yeah, well, it just really comes full circle, because not only did we make this rebel group originally and arm them, but then they come up with the reason why to go fight them, and yet the military-industrial complex only gets bigger
and
bigger
yep.
and bigger, and we are all screwed.
According to the organization's new investigation, Bell Pottinger worked during the Iraq War as a contractor under the U.S.'s Information Operations Task Force and Joint Psychological Operations Task Force. Whatever. The fake Al-Qaeda propaganda films the PR company helped to produce were used to monitor people watching them. What? The videos were burned on CDs, which U.S. Marines would drop in locations such as houses they were raiding. The CDs included software with an embedded code, which linked to a Google Analytics account, allowing the U.S. to monitor IP addresses that played the CDs. In addition to the fake Al-Qaeda videos, Bell Pottinger made TV segments that looked as though they were produced by Arabic-language news networks. Teams would create news packages and then send the videos to TV stations across the Middle East. The fact that the stories were created with the support of the U.S. government was sometimes kept hidden, the Bureau reported. A former Information Operations Task Force employee said the U.S. government used contractors partly because they were operating in a legal gray area. You think? Jesus Christ. This is ridiculous, dude. The Bureau of Investigative Journalism called the propaganda campaign a huge media operation. It cost more than $100 million per year on average and employed as many as 300 British and Iraqi staff. From 2007 to 2011, the Pentagon paid Bell Pottinger $540 million, the Bureau confirmed. The reporters were also told that the PR company made an additional $120 million in 2006, putting the potential total at least at $660 million. Oh my God, dude. Oh my God.
Can we just stop the podcast now? We're doomed.
Oh,
We're doomed.
Literally, all this was to try to convince people. It was increasing the popularity of the war machine in the U.S. That's what it was. Okay, the U.S. government.
People actually trust our government. People actually trust our
Right.
government.
Well, the thing is, the U.S. government knew that it couldn't use war propaganda on its people. Like straight up, it could not create fake videos in the U.S. and release them, right?
I mean, they're already playing the national anthem at all the sporting events and forcing everyone to stand and all
but
that,
that's not propaganda, Michael. That's just good American citizens. So, so they hired
that's homegrown radicalization. I mean, patriotism.
Patriotism, yes. So they hired a foreign PR firm to produce fake Al-Qaeda videos and run them in foreign markets. They had soldiers plant DVDs in homes that were raided. And then, of course, U.S. media picked up all this quote-unquote coverage and spread it to the American people in order to create sympathy for the war machine. Take all of our money. Oh, my God, look at all this Al-Qaeda hateful BS, you know. It's not real. You know, that this is what is insane to me is, first of all, it's questionable why we're going over there and blowing these guys up as it is. I mean, especially like in Iraq, right? It was questionable why we did that to begin with. Why are our freedoms over in the Middle East, right?
When the hell did they get over there?
Right. So that's already questionable. But now you're telling us that the whole supposed reason that we're there is actually, it might also be questionable and fake. You know what I mean? Like the reason that they give us, which is bullshit, is also bullshit. Yeah. So it's like two layers of just steaming, heaping piles of shit just layered onto the American people. Like, hey, you need to support this war. I support our troops. You support our troops whenever they're dying in the Middle East. Jesus Christ.
To keep this war going for over 15 years now.
Right. Yeah. You support the troops to go to a country on a lie and die.
Can we
for
tell a
no
joke
American.
Or something? Because this is really bringing me down.
Yeah. This is depressing. Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
We took a turn. We took a turn for the worst.
Well, we're gonna have a lot of fun whenever we get to the next segment, but it's just completely ridiculous. You know, I just hate all of this. You know, all these people who just seem to just love war, and they use the troops. Like anybody who's anti-war automatically gets attacked for not being a patriot or not caring about the troop. You hate our troops, you know?
Yeah, and anyone questions the amount of money we spend on defense or that goes towards the military-industrial complex automatically, well, you don't want to pay the troops?
Yeah, it's total bullshit, so.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, actually, it looks like somebody must disagree with us because we got a phone call.
Oh, what?
Hello? Yeah.
Hello?
Hello?
Hi. Welcome to Liberty Lampoon. Who are we speaking with?
This is Tina. Oh, hi
Tina.
It's good to have you on. You called before and you said some nasty, mean things about Michael. Are you gonna behave this time?
Yeah,
I have a problem with Michael, but I also have a problem with the entire show. I'm really just deeply offended that you guys hate the troops so much.
Oh.
And you want them to not have money. And you also apparently support Al-Qaeda. Why do you support Al-Qaeda?
Well,
that's clearly ridiculous. We don't actually support Al-Qaeda. I mean,
yeah, Tina.
You need to cool your tits there, Tina. I think that's safe to say.
That's offensive. That's very offensive. But I don't blame you, Aaron. Michael's wearing off on you. That's what's happening. Michael is turning you into a terrible human being. And it's because you guys hate the troops. You guys hate the troops. You hate Al-Qaeda, but you love them somehow.
Tina, are you tucking our dicks right now?
Tina, I feel like you need to take a chill pill. I think everything's going to be just fine. We don't hate the troops. Like we were saying, we actually just don't want them to die, you know?
Yeah. Tina, have you decided who you're going to vote for this election?
That's none of your fucking business, Michael. I think it's really
Oh.
offensive that you would talk to me like that. Like you have some right to talk to me about who I want to vote for in the upcoming election. You're a misogynist pig. You realize that?
So you're voting for Trump then? Is that
You
what you're saying,
hate the
Tina?
troops. You hate women. you love terrorism, and you really want I don't know, Satan to rule the country.
Oh, there you have it, folks. The
That's
perfect
ridiculous, Tina.
description
Okay, we're gonna
of
let you
Liberty
go.
Lampoon. Thanks, Tina,
God.
for calling in.
Tina, geez, she is such a bitch. Why does she always call in the middle of a segment? She is such a bitch. Look, guys, if you want to call in, I said this before, you can't call in. But if you have somebody you want to call in, we can probably get that person on. You just need to send us a clip of what they sound like so that we can make sure that we get the right person.
Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah, right.
I hope that lightened the mood. The following is a testimonial from Viagra, Electoral Edition.
I don't know why I was brought here. I tried electoral edition. The election, it hasn't even happened yet. I'm not sure what you want me to say. What?
Just tell the people how Electoral Edition has made you feel about Hillary.
Well, I'm sorry. I thought electoral edition Viagra was supposed to give me an erection when I'm in the voting booth. I don't understand. Why is this music playing? Can the band, why, there's a full band in here. Can we please, I need to stop, please.
Sir, just tell the people how Viagra, Electoral Edition, has helped you.
I'm telling you, I don't know what I'm supposed to say. But I can't have sex with my wife. I just thought maybe this was one instance that I could, a special occasion in the voting booth. But for real, why can we not, please, can we please turn off the music? I have a headache. I have really, really bad ringing in my ears. I wear hearing aids. This is awful. Please.
Sir, please just tell the people. The people want to know, how has Viagra, Electoral Edition, helped you?
It hasn't actually helped me. I'm so confused. But I just want to go back to the home, please.
Oh, you fucking old bag.
Aaron, it's still on, so...
Oh, it's still on?
Yeah.
That's Viagra, Electoral Edition. Vote Hillary. All right, and now it's time for our grand phallus of the week.
Bum, ba-da-dum, bum, bum, bum.
Bernie Sanders, the man who doesn't give a fuck about his own revolution.
Bernard Sanders.
Barney Sanders. Yeah, dude.
Bernard Sanders.
So, look, I warned a few of my friends that we were going to be talking about him because I know a lot of people. I have a lot of friends who were really big fans of Bernie Sanders, right? A lot of listeners who were big fans of him, which is ironic because we're totally economically polar opposites, from Bernie Sanders.
And we're not sellouts.
And if you remember, there a few episodes ago, we were talking about that dude who wrote that article, if you don't vote Democrat in November, then go fuck yourself or whatever.
Yeah. Sellout. I think sellouts was the topic of that episode.
Right. And basically we said that by choosing Hillary Clinton, you're picking somebody who doesn't give a fuck about your revolution, right?
You're a sellout. Yeah.
Yeah. But the thing is that Bernie Sanders has kind of made himself
sold out.
Yeah. Right. And I mean, it's to me, it's pretty harsh. Like, it's a harsh realization.
Sellout. Yeah.
Yeah. Because he
Sold
pretty
out.
much, yeah, sold out. That's it. And I really get the sense that he's moving towards
selling
like,
out.
selling out like even more, and it's just really weird to see him
Sold out.
Yeah, sold out, and it's just difficult, And I'm not trying to say
selling out is what you're saying.
Yeah,
Selling out
right,
is
right.
difficult. Yeah.
Right. I'm not trying to tell you guys that you are sellouts because you're not. I mean, I don't know if you're supporting Hillary. Or not.
Maybe you are, but
We don't
that's
know for
neither
sure.
here nor there.
But whenever it comes to Bernie Sanders, I think I wouldn't say that he's a sellout necessarily, but he totally did sell out. But I don't know what you would call what he's done. But anyways, he ran against the political establishment, right? I mean, we all agree on that. I mean,
yeah, there's no denying that.
Yeah, Bernie Sanders ran against the political establishment in the Democratic Party. That's what he did. Doesn't make him wrong or right. It's just what he did. Mm-hmm. He ran against the big banks. That was a big thing that he was against, the big banks, right?
He ran huge.
Yeah, they're too big. He ran against the war machine. He pretty much ran as a revolutionary. He said, let's change the system from within. We're starting a political revolution. That's what he said. And, within the last few months, it's been proven that the Democratic establishment, they proved his point. They engineered election against him, Mm-hmm. We saw that they did that, and he's like, oh, but we have to stop Donald Trump from getting into the White House, And that's insane to me. Like, so do you give a shit about your revolution or not? Because like you can't say that I'm against the people who are for the big banks or I'm against the people who are for big oil, which is something he tweeted, and then support a person. Look, Hillary Clinton has more backing from big oil than any other candidate ever. Okay, more. She has more backing from big oil, big coal, you name it. She's got them on her payroll, or she's on their payroll, I should say. They're donating to her. So you can't come out against Donald Trump and say, well, he's for the big oil companies, and then support Hillary if she's the one who's getting the most money from those organizations. You know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense. Do you give a fuck about your revolution or not? So I would ask a Bernie Sanders supporter, is supporting a person who is in the pockets of the big corporations, Wall Street, big oil, big coal, is that something that you were looking for in a revolutionary or a candidate?
But Trump's a misogynist and a bigot.
Right, he is. Nobody's arguing that he's not. But is Jill Stein not better than Hillary? Does Jill Stein not fit your revolutionary position more than Hillary? Because if she doesn't, then you're just not looking. Because as far as I can tell, her and Bernie almost align perfectly policy-wise. I mean, she might be a little bit more radical, but let's face it, she wasn't going to get anything done anyways, and neither was Bernie. I mean, a lot of the stuff that they wanted to do was going to be blocked, It's just insane. But anyways, after that fact, Bernie endorses the big establishment candidate, like we already said. He endorsed Hillary Clinton.
Secretary Clinton.
Yeah. Who, according to the Washington Post, like I said, has twice as many donations from big oil. The gun industry also donated to the DNC. Big banks donated to her. She is deep in the criminal enterprise that is Washington, D.C., Department of Criminals. If Bernie gave a fuck about your revolution, he would have endorsed Jill Stein. That's a fact. That is a fact.
We need to fight back against the 1%.
Right. Well, apparently not, because
by supporting them.
Yeah, we have to change the 1% from the inside by taking all of their money and making sure that all these policies help them. That will really bite back against the 1%. Surely. God damn, that pisses me off. He has repeatedly attacked Gary Johnson and Jill Stein as being protest votes. To me, that begs to question, was he even ever a revolutionary, or was he just an establishment hack the whole time? Your thoughts, Michael. Was he a revolutionary ever, or is he just an establishment hack like everyone else? Did he lie to the people who supported him?
Maybe he is a revolutionary, but he's just not as committed as he once was.
What does that mean? I don't know what that means, though. As he once was, as in when? As when he was on the campaign trail?
Well, Well, no, I mean, like when he was younger, during his campaign, um, they show the pictures of him getting arrested for civil rights and all
Right.
this stuff, and he's just not willing to be suicided for his cause.
So you think that it's just I don't want to be suicided, or is it because I mean the way that he's telling people is that all it is an anti-Trump movement. You know what I mean? His choice is strictly anti-Trump, which isn't a revolutionary tactic, by the way. That's safe.
No.
That's being safe.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, if you've seen what the DNC and the Clintons have been capable of, I wouldn't necessarily blame Bernard for keeping his head on his shoulders. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, man,
Because,
I don't know. Because
you wouldn't want to see some more propaganda video of Bernie Sanders getting his head chopped off by some fake terrorists that the U.S. government paid.
So you're telling me...
Is that a little extreme?
Are you telling me that you think that what Bernie's doing is perfectly reasonable, considering all the things that he said in the past?
Well, I mean, what would you do if someone held a gun to your head?
Not vote. Right. That's what I would do, not vote. That's what I'm doing, isn't it? Isn't
I'd
that what I'm
probably
doing?
run away to Canada, but it's just me.
Yeah, well, that's what everybody does because they're all pussies. This is my town. Yeah. You leave. I'm not leaving. Okay? I'm so tired of people saying that. Leave. If you don't like it, you can leave. If you don't like the choices that you have, you can leave. It's your choice to pick less lashes. No, it's not. The lashes need to stop. That's all I'm saying, is the lashes need to stop. Okay? And with Bernie, like this is what I'm saying is like, why aren't you arguing to 100? Why aren't you like he's not arguing to 100. He was arguing to 100. Like this is what we want. These are all the things that we want. This is the system we want to change. We want a change, an actual change. We want it to be better. Basically trashing the things that Barack has done even, He was a true anti-war guy, and now he's siding with the person who is literally going to plunge us into war in Syria. I mean, that's the biggest thing for me is that what happened to the Democratic Party? The Democrat Party used to be at least a place that I could agree with anti-war sentiments. You know what I mean? I could come in, talk to somebody and say, we shouldn't be blowing up shit in other countries. And then you get a president who everybody supports and like, yeah, he's anti-war. This is so great. And he's blowing up hospitals. People are dying. I mean, thousands of people. Hillary Clinton's policies, direct policies, the things that she backed, is responsible for the deaths of thousands of innocent people. So the question is, where is the anti-war left, and how come they don't have any fucking principles? Like, I'm sorry, I'm mad about this because to me, it's like it's so frustrating for me to look at Bernie Sanders supporters who were so anti-war and so up for peace and down with, throwing over this establishment as they could, that all of a sudden it's okay to just side with the person who is a little bit better than Trump, maybe. Which I completely disagree with. I think that that's a false dichotomy.
Yeah.
But to me, it's the contrast is just vast. There's this vast contrast of Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton that was palpable. You know what I mean? I knew that if Bernie Sanders got elected, chances are he wouldn't be lobbing bombs as much. I mean, that's obviously the myth of the great man or whatever, and like I tend to think that most candidates are going to bomb other countries no matter what, right? But he was talking against it, and that was important to me. So, and now he's telling you to endorse the person who definitely wants to go into Syria, So,
man, what a world! What a world!
That's all you have to say about this.
Yeah.
So you're kind of
sticking up.
You're kind of sticking up for Bernie Sanders. You kind of think he's doing the right thing by supporting Hillary Clinton.
No, I don't think he's doing the right thing. Not even close. But he has, and so I mean, he's selling out, and all his followers. Man, if they're reluctant to support Hillary Clinton, I don't blame them. But if they're compelled to support Hillary Clinton to vote against Trump, I don't blame them there either. But even though I think that's lame, dude.
They should be supporting.
Why?
I don't know.
Why aren't Jill Stein and Gary Johnson like? I know why, but like, yeah, you would think Gary Johnson, Jill Stein would be more publicized, but the media, the propaganda, the Clinton propaganda machine doesn't want it. So.
Right. Well, you play with a fucked up system, you get fucked up results. Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's one of the greatest arguments, in my opinion, for libertarianism when we're talking about free association, and we're talking about self-governance, and we're talking about freedom in whatever you want to do. Supporting all freedom and no government intervention in markets or your personal life. When we're talking about those things, you can guarantee that you're going to be okay at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Because you can go to your own property and produce whatever you want to produce, do what you want to do, and so to me, there's some peace in that. Like that, we talk about all the time on this show how shitty and stupid these freaking pieces of crap are, and usually we're not this angry. I'm sorry that I'm coming off angry tonight. Usually it's kind of like humorous,
funny, and
yeah. But there's just something about it. Like to me. That I don't understand how more people don't understand what liberty is all about. Liberty is ensuring that these people can't come into your life and screw your life up, and that's why, what? Go ahead.
So do you agree with Gary Johnson then that the majority of people are libertarian? They just don't realize it.
I think that whenever everyone gets home at the end of the day, they're anarchists because they just do whatever they want and no one's going to tell them what the hell they can or cannot do. That's what I think. I think the idea of libertarianism makes sense to everyone, but they just don't understand how it would work on the grand scale. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like pretty much any time that we explain the ideas of liberty, people are like, that sounds so fantastic, but how are you going to do X? And like I've always explained that to me, it's kind of like this. You abolish slavery no matter what. You don't need to know that the cotton gin is coming out tomorrow. You know what I mean? You don't have to develop the idea for the cotton gin. Or like you don't need to I don't know. It's like you abolish the slavery because slavery is wrong. You don't not abolish slavery just because you don't know
because
how
you don't know what
do crops.
Yeah. Yep.
You get rid of slavery. So that's the way that I look at it, is like, yeah, things are going to be tough. It's not utopia. It's not a utopian idea. It's not at all. It's going to be hard, but it's just better. So anyways, so I guess that's all that I have to say about that. So if you're a Bernie Sanders supporter, come to freedom, guys. Don't vote. Or do. You could vote, I guess, for like Gary Johnson. That's more acceptable.
Or Jill Stein.
Just get out of this stupid two-party system. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Overthrow the two-party system. Fuck those dudes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Folks, let's get serious for a second. Podcasting isn't free. It costs money for hosting, equipment, and time. That's fine. It's a price that we are willing to pay to get inside your head. But now, Liberty Lampoon has joined a whole community of podcasts on Patreon. Now you can help support us in continuing and growing our show. And in exchange, we'll hook you up with awesome perks. If you pledge at least $2 a month, you get access to our secret Facebook group and our Discord server where you can suggest show topics. You get mentioned on the following Liberty Lampoon episode, and if we reach our first goal of $60 a month, you get exclusive bonus episodes every month. Hell, I might even do some of them every week. Please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/Liberty Lampoon. That's patreon.com/Liberty Lampoon.
Hey, why wasn't I invited to do this ad?
Okay, now this is the moment that we've all been waiting for. Mike Denton, he is a local cop here in our hometown, and he's a real piece of shit, like we were saying before, and we want to get into some of the stuff that just came up. So here's a recap of what he did. He beat some dude with his elbow inside the police station. The guy was in handcuffs. The video went viral. You can probably find it. Just search Mike Denton corrupt cop or something like that on YouTube. And the video is, he has him, there's two cops. One cop is pulling him, pushing him in the police station. Mike Denton is opening the door. he turns around and just starts elbowing him in the face repeatedly, right? Mm-hmm. So he gets fired. The city settles with the gentleman who got his face bashed in by this police officer. Then an arbitrator gets Mike Denton his job back, which ends up costing the city of our town around $300,000 in back pay and damages to the victim. So he got like a paid vacation for that. That's right. As a police officer, all you got to do to get a really big paid vacation is beat the fuck out of somebody inside the police station who's already in custody. Right, Michael?
Yep.
So then there's this police chase after that, after he's been reinstated. Police chase that goes from Tulsa through our hometown and to another town on kind of like on the outskirts of our town, and where they get the guy out. So the man gets pulled from the vehicle, tased. He's face down with one handcuff on, and Mike runs up with his shotgun and starts striking him repeatedly in the head with the butt of his shotgun. So
that sounds exactly how I would detain someone.
Yeah. Detain someone or attempt to murder them. I don't know which is which, because in this situation, it's kind of gray. You know, that's what I always hear from statists. Look, guys, these situations, they're gray, okay? He doesn't know if he's supposed to murder him or let him live, okay? Anyways, so this town is like this happened in. They're kind of backwoods, right? Wouldn't you say that, Michael?
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say they're backwoods.
They are.
Yeah, they're backwoods.
They're backwood.
Yeah.
So they saw what he did, and their car was facing, like the dash cam picked it up, and they're like, oh man, we got to charge this guy. So he was charged with assault with a deadly weapon and improper use of a firearm. He lost his job again, and he sued our city for releasing the video of him doing this, right? After his lawyer had gone on TV and basically said what happened in the video, right? So there was a reasonable, assumption that it was okay to release a video once the what happened, came out, right?
Yeah.
So he sued because he claims that his First Amendment was violated and some of other amendments that don't make any sense to me. But anyways, he believed it, he believed that the reason they did that, they released it, was to meddle with his arbitration to get his job back. That's right. He's in arbitration again to get his job back. He's still in arbitration. Are you kidding me? What? I mean, let's think about it, Michael.
This is like a never-ending joke.
It's a never-ending joke, Mike Denton.
Where's the punchline?
We keep bringing this up every time that we see Mike Denton pop into the news. His face. First of all, he looks like, you've seen that one movie. I can't even think of the name of it.
Mississippi Burning.
No, that movie. It's like a comedy. And Farva is his name, Officer Farva or whatever.
Oh, Super Troopers.
Super Troopers, yeah. That's who he reminds me of, okay? Because every picture that you see of him, he's like in the corner or coming up some stairs or something with his stupid-ass cop mustache, and he's got this look on his face like, I can't believe I didn't win, because he lost his appeal. Like, the court was like, dude, you told everybody what happened in the video. Why are you upset that the video was released? It doesn't make any sense. None of your rights were violated. You willingly told people what happened. But I don't know, Mike Denton, man. First of all, I mean, come on, grow a full beard or something. You're not gonna. I hope he doesn't get his job back. He probably will, won't he? What do you think, Michael? You think he's gonna get his job back?
Well, I hope not. And at this point, I don't think so. But I mean,
he's in arbitration.
Trump or Hillary could win. So
it looks like. Is that Greg? Is Greg on the board today? Hey, Greg.
Yeah. What up, Aaron?
Who is this coming in on the line right now? Is that Mike? Is that Mike Denton calling in?
Oh, yeah, he's pretty.
Okay, I guess we'll go ahead and let him on the line. Mike Denton, I guess, wants to defend himself, so let's go ahead and get Mike Denton on the line. Mike, how's it going?
Mike Denton, sir, you are on Liberty Lampoon.
Listen up, okay? I am fucking pissed. Look, Michael, you've got a pretty mouth, and I'd like to do things to your face.
bad things to your face, and I will get away with it and get my job back. Do you believe me?
I would call you officer, but since you've been fired, I'm just going to call you Mr.
Oh,
Denton, okay?
I'm gonna get my job back. I'm gonna get my job back.
Mike, you sound like you're possessed. Have you been watching horror movies? It is Halloween. What? I don't understand what's up with the voice.
I will get my job back. Okay? That's what's gonna happen. And I'm gonna come and I'm gonna find you, Michael. Especially you, Michael. I hope you like nightsticks because I'm gonna use my nightstick on your asshole.
I'd prefer a nightstick over the butt of a shotgun, sir. But
you don't like the butt of a shotgun? I can show you the butt of a shotgun.
I'm sure you could. Let me ask you real quick. Hey, in the meantime, while all this arbitration is going on, what are you doing to fill your time?
I've been playing a lot of Call of Duty because I need to remember how to use my gun. Because I'm going to shove it up your asshole.
You sure? Because it sounds like you may have been picking up strange women at truck stops and murdering the fuck out of them, dude.
Mike, you sound like if Mike Myers had an actual voice. That's what you sound like. And it's just a little disturbing. And like, I want to apologize to the kids at home.
I'm going to shove it up your asshole. Do you understand, Michael?
Dude, Mike, you're
what's your favorite place to eat, Michael? What's your favorite place to eat?
It actually happens to be Shenanigans.
What do they serve there?
Not cops, that's for sure.
I want to know what they serve, food-wise.
I don't see what this has to do with anything, Mike. What does this have to do with anything? Why do you need to know what they serve there?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Michael, what do they serve at Shenanigans? Tell me what kind of food.
Mike,
I need you to name a type of food, Michael. I'm hungry.
Okay, they serve a burger. They serve a burger, all right?
I'm going to shove a burger up your asshole. You guys can't talk about me like that. Okay, I contribute to this community.
Do you feel like we're violating any of your rights? Violating any of your
Mike,
amendments?
listen. It's not our responsibility to take orders from you. You're just a regular citizen. And you're just, wow, I got a frog in my throat. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's weird.
Weird. But Mike, look, we appreciate, that you're calling in trying to defend yourself. But is there maybe something better you could do with your time? Like maybe talk to your lawyer about how you're going to get out of this or what?
My lawyer sucks. And I'm going to take him and I'm going to shove him up your asshole. Okay? Hey, Michael, remember when I was telling you got a pretty mouth? You remember?
Yeah, what about it? I'm
going to fuck it. I'm going to fuck it up because I can do that because I'm a police officer.
All right, Michael.
Okay.
We're going to let him off. Mike, what, Michael?
I just want to warn him. If his dick gets anywhere near my mouth, I got some sharp-ass teeth, and I will bite that motherfucker off.
I like a little teeth with my blowjob.
Mike, so did you do any jail time? Because it seems
I
like...
bit my lip.
It seems like you maybe... you might not be a cop. You might just be a gay dude. You realize that? You actually don't need to get that stuff by force. Just go look on Craigslist any weekend. You can find what you're looking for. Okay, buddy?
Go to the Midtown adult superstore in downtown.
There's a chick behind the counter who doesn't have any teeth. Just ask her where you can find a little bit of violent porn. I don't know. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and let you go, Mike. It's not been a nice time. It has not been a nice time. It's been
the
awful.
pleasure has not been ours.
That was terrible. I don't want to speak to you ever again. Stay away from our orifices. Actually, he was just attacking you personally, Michael.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe my voice, the pitch of my voice, just triggers something in his weird, fucked up brain or something.
Yeah, I think this determines that these crazy psychopath cops are actually psychopaths. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like he is totally a sociopath. So, Mike Denton, fuck off.
Repeat offender.
I hope you never get your job back, and I really hope that you don't rape Michael. Hey, everybody. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you so much.
And I guess we'll see you next week. I mean,
yeah,
we'll be on next week.
Rate us on iTunes.
Give us a good rating. Only good.
Or, we do believe in freedom, so true freedom. So really, just put whatever you think, because that's your right. But we'd appreciate a good one. If you have any questions or any topics you'd like us to discuss, hit us up on any of our social medias, and we will respond in kind. So anyways, long story short, this is Michael.
And this is Aaron.
And you've been listening to Liberty Lampoon. Remember to be free and go, maybe not vote. Go vote.
Discover your local podcast community with the Satchel Podcast Player. Satchel is the world's first podcast player that allows you to discover both locally sourced and locally focused podcasts right in your hometown. Listen local and download the player at satchelplayer.com.